Welcome, by the way.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I mean, I see you already got your gear, your
Yep,
swag.
I'm all good, all good.
How's it feel to be official?
It feels amazing. Couldn't be more happy to be here.
So the way everything went down, you were anticipating probably having to wait to
yeah.
see where you would land.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. That's, with the NFL International Pathway Program, that's the plan usually, right? Guys get allocated to a team.
What was the call like when you got that? I mean, how did it go down that this was going ahead of planned?
Yeah, after Pro Day, of course, I had a good day. I think I showed what I know I could do for all these years. And, I got tons of calls from different teams. But in my mind, I knew that if I had one choice, it was this team, it was Washington. So when they called me, I told my agent, hey, put them, I want to visit. They're the first team on my list. My family, my girlfriend now, she's here. She lives in Virginia, in McLean. Her family lives here, and then, they're my family now. So getting that call that they were showing interest and then being able to figure out the terms of the contract was amazing. So as soon as they told me it was, the terms that we wanted, I was like, I don't even want to see anything else, I'm going there.
So what's your girlfriend's name?
Her name is Nicole.
Nicole. So we should thank Nicole for this.
Yeah, basically, she was the one that pressed me to come here. So she's like, you need to go there, you need to go there. So it was.
So because
so cool.
she's from here, that would explain why you've been training up here with Justin Kavanaugh.
Yeah, Coach Cav. Yep.
And Logan Paulson.
Yep.
A former tight end for the Washington football team.
Yep.
What have they kind of taught you about learning this position?
Yeah, it's a position that requires a lot of versatility. But I think bringing the basketball court out to the field, being able to create separation, running and catching the ball is something I've done my whole life. It's just a different shape. It's a different shaped ball.
Yeah.
But, same concepts. You got to get open, you got to fight, you got to, have the underdog mentality, which in my case I have. And, it's a long ride. I still have a long way to go. I have a lot of stuff to learn, but I'm willing to learn it. So super excited to be here.
Okay. Yeah, different shaped ball, but you also have to block, take a hit.
Yeah.
How do you prepare for that?
Yeah, I think the past 10 years of my life, fighting as a first-generation immigrant in the United States have prepared me to take the hits that I need to take. It's been hard. I left home when I was 14. My parents live in Chile still. My mom is a teacher. My dad, is an insurance adjuster for cars when they get into accidents. So I've been waiting my whole life to have an opportunity, and being able to take the hits is not something that I'm very concerned about. I think I'm built for this.
All right. Well, one of the things that people struggle with in the NFL is blocking a big tight end.
Yeah, exactly.
What has Logan been kind of working on you? Where does he stay and Justin Kavanaugh, where you're at and what they want to see from you to really make sure that you do make it this next level, you do get that time on the field? Yeah,
so I have most of my time, working out with Coach Cav. He thinks that I'm prepared for this. He thinks that I have all the physical attributes that make up a great tight end. And the rest of it is the mindset. Just being able to sit down, learning the playbook, being disciplined, being coachable. Those are all traits that I think that I have. And, my discipline is what got me here. So it's not going to be any different now. I don't care that, I'm now in the NFL. I think this is just the beginning for me. I'm just getting started. I'm excited for what the future holds, and I'm willing to put in the work.
What has been the biggest challenge as you have made that adjustment from basketball to football then?
Yeah, I think it's been the terminology, just learning the game, right? Football is a sport that requires a lot of knowledge. Learning new material is not something that scares me, but I know it takes time. It takes time sitting down in the table, late at night, early in the morning, just learning. So that's what I'm going to do, just sit down and learn.
All right, you're in finance. You say you help your family with this as well and kind of planning. What's the family's reaction? What's the first move that you're going to make now that you've signed that contract?
I don't think much is going to change. I came from humble beginnings. I don't need much to live. I don't need a fancy place. I don't need a fancy car. All I need is the people that have always been there for me. And I think that's the most beautiful thing about this whole story is that, my family and I have been waiting a long time to make it out, because where I'm from, it's different. It's a different country, right? It's a different type of growing up. So being here and, signing that contract, nothing's going to change. I'm going to try and help my mom I'm gonna try and help my dad and those closest to me.
You'd be the first Chilean-born player in the NFL.
Yeah.
What does that mean to you?
It means a lot. You know, we've never had a player in the NFL or the NBA, and just being the first, I know it's a big impact for all those kids that are watching this, that are saying, maybe I can do that too. And you know, I think for me, that's what means the most. Being able to inspire a new generation of athletes that maybe they didn't have a role model. And I know, like, in the United States, you have a lot of role models. You have those people that have so much success that, you know, everyone just knows them. But in Chile, we don't have those type of players. So being able to play a role in helping a kid have someone to look up to, it's a huge responsibility, but at the same time, it's a true honor.
Part of this also as well is you got to be out there. You're going to go up against this defensive front.
Yep.
What do you know about those guys, and
Yeah.
what do you know to expect from them?
I know, you know, last year I think they were number 2 best defensive front in the entire league. So I'm hoping to learn as much as I can. You know, how am I going to block these guys? What am I going to do to get the job done? So I think more than anything, it's a tremendous learning opportunity for me to be around such a talented group of guys.
Have you talked to Logan Thomas yet?
Yes, he was one of the first guys to reach out to me. Such a great guy. I mean, I got great vibes from him just from a phone conversation.
So what has he told you? Because he's also a player that is transitioned
Yep.
and did very successfully against a lot of criticism that
Yep.
thought maybe this was not the place to do it at the NFL level.
Yep.
You make that transition before you get here.
Well, that speaks very highly of him. I think making the transition, having the courage to make that jump into the tight end position, and doing what he did last year is very impressive, and I respect him very much for that. As soon as he reached out to me, he was like, hey, you need anything, call me. Like, he's one of those guys that you just know that he's a good guy. So, you know, he was like, call me, you need anything, please never hesitate to reach out. Welcome.
So you're going to go into playing tight end. Why not another position, since this is all brand new to you?
Yeah, so I don't know if I mentioned it here, but I went through a process of 10 weeks with the NFL International Pathway Program, which prepared me to be here. And you know, as soon as I got there, they were like, he's going to be a tight end or a defensive end.
Right.
They thought that based on my abilities to run, catch the ball, and get open, the tight end position was the best position for me.
Yeah, just, you know, you can have the sexy touchdowns too, right?
Yeah, of course. Maybe I'll bring some Chilean dances into the league.
Would you be able to show us what those are?
Maybe. Not yet. Let me just, you know, learn the playbook first, please.
I'm sure there's a lot of guys on the team that might be able to kind of like want to learn that, or maybe give you some tips on the celebration dances.
Yeah,
But has anybody challenged you maybe to a game of one-on-one basketball yet?
No, not yet. I think, you know, with COVID, it's a little bit hard, you know, just because everyone's trying to be so safe. But when the time comes, I'll be ready.
So what are those goals for the 2021 season?
I want to be on the field on Sundays. I want to play.
All right. Well, welcome.
Thank you so much.
You have to get there because we want to see those Chilean
Yes,
dances.
yes. I think I'll bring it out when the time comes.
All right. Pleasure to meet you, Sammis.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.